Now, going over to the Culture Pod podcast, you have a child abuser given a mere 180 days in jail, juxtaposed to Trump facing 700 years if he loses all 91 felonies. And it is going astronomically viral, as you might say, on social media. And this in particular comes from End Wokeness, and he says, "What a time to be alive." And they note that, quote, "Rochester man given 180 days in jail for taking advantage of girls," and obviously it was a he, and the victims were between ages 4 to 9 years old at the time, and someone in the court said, quote, "There's no moving or getting over it," unquote. And this mentally vacuous, most evil person only gets 180 days in jail for destroying 2 lives, for abusing two girls. I think only a couple states are actually doing justice in terms of, I believe Florida had passed a law so that they will actually give the death penalty to child abusers, which, yeah, they should all get it. If you can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, absolutely. The propensity to repeat is too high. I see no reason why we should accept that in modern society. It is mind-blowing to think there are some people sticking up for these pieces of crap. Worse, I can't hardly think of anything eloquent or polite to say about them, or anything that wouldn't get me canceled off the YouTube or the Rumble. Aside to say that they are perhaps the most evil people on the planet, morally vacuous, mentally vacuous, and yet 180 days in jail. That's it. Really? And then you have another picture is juxtaposed. It says, added up, Trump faces potential 700 years in jail if he loses all 91 felonies. Does that make any sense? Even if you're not a fan of Trump, he's facing 700 years in jail, many of the same charges that his opponents have done, and yet they're not being put in front of a court. So kind of shows you the priorities of modern society, or American society, where they want to give Trump 700 years, and this guy who took advantage of 2 young girls, he gets 180 days? I mean, the nerd in me wants to say that does not compute, or something to that effect. That's disgusting beyond all belief. I mean, it's almost incomprehensible. Now, should be too surprised most of the comments. Oh, I was going to say, I would hope most of the comments agree with me, but it might be too. And again, there are some people who they call these people minor attracted people. They think they should be embraced in society. Let's say people I think are also equally as mentally vacuous and evil. And let's see, maybe there's something in the comments. Now, this went viral. It got 950,000 views and 22,000 likes earlier this week. Now, scrolling down, one of the first comments comes from Paul Zupa saying, quote, "The 2-tiered justice system in America is only getting worse. That's because we have Republicans in Congress who are too spineless to do anything about it. They keep funding Biden's corrupt DOJ that persecutes innocent conservatives while going soft on violent criminals," unquote. I got 171 likes, which, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious for most people to think that, or see that, the justice system is becoming more and more unfair. Liberal Cat Media TM says, quote, "Because they can't beat him, they're going to try to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks to take out President Trump." And Liberal Cat Media TM says a picture of Trump. It says, "Ever notice that Biden supporters never post anything pro-Biden? It's just all anti-Trump." I got 363 likes, which, also, have you ever seen a Biden hat or like a flag? I mean, I've never seen it. You look at some of these Biden fundraisers, there's no one in the crowd. Like, even my videos get at least 1 or 2 views. Like, it's not, I've never had an empty, crowd. That's just embarrassing. And he's the most popular president in the whole history of the U.S., statistically speaking, by the number of votes that Biden got in the 2020 election. And yet you can't find I'm sure they sell hats. I mean, they have to. How else do you get elected if you don't have a hat? I'm also a little disappointed that Trump doesn't have an orange hat yet. I mean, the red hat is so 2016. The orange, I mean, that just makes sense. Plus, a lot of people, with all the rhinos, why not have the Orange Party? Or rebrand the Republican Party and get better people in there? Again, Trump campaign staff or team, I'm available for marketing consulting. You're scrolling down, you have Kenzie Marie say, quote, "It's a simple question, but they never want to answer it." It says, It has a picture of a gal with a, what is that, nice AR-15. And it says, why do liberals demand gun control after every shooting, but never border control after every rape or murder by illegals? I got 647 likes. Libercat Media TM says banana Republican stuff, and says actual photo of Trump grabbing a cat, and it's Trump actually shaking Biden's hand. And it got 309 likes. Libercat Media TM also said, quote, no one has done more harm to harm Americans than Democrats, getting 188 likes. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, two-tier justice system, getting 200 likes. Habib says, quote, happening everywhere, says the law is violating the law. Apparently that's a quote from Elon Musk, getting 42 likes. National Conservative says, quote, these are the sponsors of the bill trying to strip Trump of his security detail. And it looks like they're, what is this? These are the 9 U.S. congressmen sponsoring H.R. 80801, bill aimed at stripping Donald Trump protection Secret Service. I got 47 likes. Let's see here. Florida Now One says, quote, Trump once said he is the only thing that stood in the way between them and us. Now I understand, getting 63 likes, which that should be on like t-shirts, mugs, and hats in nauseum. Like of all the Trump has a lot of great hits in terms of political metaphors, in terms of political statements and bullet points. That's one of the ones that resonated the most. I mean, it's up there with Obama's Hope and Change, which, in full talk about you get what you vote for. He did change a lot of the U.S. And with Trump, that should be on every t-shirt. That's one of the best things he's ever said. You have Matthew J. So saying, quote, sounds about right in Marxist in America, getting 15 likes. Let's see, one more. You have Mr. Bigglesworth Memes saying, quote, definitely a crazy time to be alive. And it says lesbians in 2023 be like. It's a picture of a man dressed up as a cat with a collar and another creepy looking man that got 70 likes. Let's see here. General TM says, quote, our justice system is a joke, getting 48 likes. A lot of people calling out the Democratic Party. Ooh, is this a contrarian statement, I think? Charlie Fish Doctor. That can't be a real job. Nevertheless, Charlie Fish Doctor has a picture of Trump playing at the casino. And it says, hit me again. And the donkey is dealing the cards. And one says indictment. One says, oh, it's a bunch of indictments. And the other one says ballot boot. Oh, I guess it's not a contrarian statement. Okay. And that got 13 likes. So it's like overwhelming positive support. Let's see here. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's see here. I mean, does the culture of the United States change to the point in terms of child abusers? Will people actually get out there and advocate and vote differently for policies that would actually put those people behind bars? Again, not every part of the United States is like this. There are some people in the United States who actually take justice seriously and actually want justice to be served. But do you think we'll hit a point where, I mean, for most of my life, those people have not been, the people who abuse children who should, in my opinion, get the death penalty, they have not been prosecuted in that way, and the district attorneys have not had the appetite to actually, really punish them. Do you think that could change with a culture shift in the United States in a lifetime? I mean, I certainly hope so. But as always, let me know what you think. I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.